Hey, brother. Just made it.
Okay, give me about 3 minutes.
All right, perfect. Sounds good.
No, thanks. I'll see you in a minute.
All right, bye-bye.
Wow, you're
Casey.
taller than you look on camera.
It's good to see you.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, we don't mind at all.
I forgot the GSA, so I had to run back
You're
home.
good. No worries. Do we need like a library card or just follow
No.
you type of thing?
No,
Thank you. Thank you. Follow you. Appreciate it.
made it through the metal detector. Which conference room am I in?
All right. Go this way, I think. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Yeah, I realized I don't even have a dining table in my house.
That's all right. We've done business in anywhere and everywhere you can think of. So.
Yeah, it's
the common stuff, okay.
and as well as the walkers and marks.
I do have the 92P and CC.
Do you want me to grab those real quick?
It says bent on it, but I can't figure out for the life of me how it's possibly bent. But
Yeah,
it's,
probably just
it's
slightly
really,
bent. Yeah,
it's
maybe.
really pretty though. That thing is gorgeous.
Do you know what ones you agreed on that work with the 92cc and 92p that we wrote up, like the Mercury dimes and the other?
There's more than that. Just those.
Okay. Just because I want to know which ones to separate from
Oh right.
the ones that we talked about.
Yeah, and also I had a few loose ones that ungraded ones that I thought I'd bring to, like that Stone Mountain in there. It had really interesting toning on it.
Okay.
I think is that there should be two. Is there not a Columbia in there too?
Yeah, that's the Columbia. That might be the.
It should have been right next to it. I swear.
Oh, it's right here. I thought.
Oh.
These two. There's that one. Okay.
And then I brought a few other ungraded ones that I honestly don't know. Some of them have really interesting toning, but
Right.
I don't know much about them. But it's pretty good to look at them, see if you want them or not. But some better dates. I mean, not great dates, but I'm like, why am I doing this? What's the point?
It's just sometimes the passion.
The
is kind of-
initial excitement of it.
Yeah, like I was initially excited. I'm gonna put these to the side for right now, just so I can work on those dials. Yeah, at first the passion was there for me too, but sometimes it's kind of like it's just a different the way you're thinking
Now
about
it's
it.
just a job.
Yeah.
It's still got to be kind of exciting though, if you're like into coins, to be able to go and see some of these.
Yeah, you go pick out a coin, and sometimes you pay strong or a little bit over that. But for us, it's like we might buy stuff for a deal, but you buy 400 coins, and you're like, 2 of them were, oh my gosh, wow. But then you gotta try to figure out how to sell the 398.
You got to figure out how to make money on them,
And you're like, wow, this is, that's the part where people go, I don't know if I enjoy that part.
Well, I think when I first started buying them, I was under the impression of like, okay, if I decide that I want to, I need to get my money out of them, if something happens, it'd be easy to just take them somewhere and sell them. And then all of a sudden I've got 200 coins and it's like, okay, it's not so easy. And like, I don't know that I trust anybody to, most people to give me a decent, fair deal. Then all of a sudden I realized, wow, man, I'm going to lose 25-30% minimum on my purchases here. And is it really worth it? Like, no.
Yeah, just to buy back in on some of this common stuff is tough because it's like they would buy for that price, then they would sell for
Twice.
just for their margin because they have an accountant and they have a building and they have everything else. And then,
Yeah, they got so much overhead.
and then they buy it back in, and then people are like, wow.
Wow, you're selling the coin you paid me $50 for. You're selling for 130.
Right. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, what? So when we have low overhead, it's better for us. We're kind of like, I like it that way more because at
Plus,
least
I had a indirect bad experience with coin dealers about 15 years ago or so. Maybe it was like 12 years ago. This girl that I was seeing, she came and hung out with me for a while, and her grandpa had just passed, and she brought his coin collection with her. And there was this one coin, and I didn't know anything about coins at the time,
Right.
other than what's a silver dollar, I knew nothing basically, but I knew cool when I saw it. And she had one in there, and I can't for the life of me figure out what it was. It was a 1793, but it was the size of a silver dollar. And it was like the flowing hair one, because I noticed it had this spiky looking hair in the back.
Yeah, flowing like it's
Yeah,
down
but it was like silver dollar colored. And I remember it said 1 cent on it. I'm positive it was like 1 penny. But it was the size of a silver dollar, and it was like the color of a silver dollar. And I don't know what it was, but I know that she took her coins to a coin shop there and sold them.
Right.
And she said, "Oh, he gave me $900 for that coin." And I started thinking,
That's a lot of money for that.
I was like, "That's a lot of money for a coin." But then later, as I started collecting coins, I was like, "Oh my God, anything 1793 in this condition?" Because it was in like AU condition at least. It was
Right.
like there was no wear on it.
Well, the lowest grade even for like just that stuff is $1,000.
Several $1,000s, yeah. And it was 1793, and it was like, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't uncirculated, or at least a good high AU. But I can't for the life of me figure out what it was. But I've seen some of the stuff that they've done on YouTube about coins in that era, and like anything 1793, and even remotely decent condition is like $10,000, $50,000, $100,000. I was like, oh my God, and this guy gave her $900
Or there's
for
5
it.
that exist, or
Yeah, it was 1793. So I mean, this is.
Well, even if you got the date wrong, I mean, 17.
No, I'm 100% sure it was
If it was
1793.
94, I mean, it's probably.
100% sure it was 1793. 100% sure.
Wow.
And I keep thinking, I was like, how bad did he screw her? I'll bet you that coin's worth at least $100,000, and he gave her $900.
If it's in the Smithsonian or something, you know.
It wouldn't surprise me because I haven't seen anything like it on YouTube.
Right.
Like even the what's weird is because all the 1 cents I've seen, they're about that size, but they're like copper or
Right.
bronze colored.
Right.
But this was more like pewter color. It was like silver dollar, not like bright white, but it was like a subdued grayish color. So I don't know if that was a copper that was just an odd color
Yeah.
or what. I still can't for the life of me figure out what it was because I'm just going from memory. But I do remember it was 1793. I remember it was like the size of a silver dollar. So I remember holding it. It was just in a little,
Well, it
capsule.
feels like there's no real middle ground with that stuff. It's like you either think it's fake, and
But it obviously wasn't fake because the guy gave her $900.
or it's all the money, you know. So there's no in between most times.
Yeah, and it was I distinctly remember that it had like no wear on it because I remember thinking it's like wow that's in really good condition for something 200 years old.
Originality to it, type of thing. So these I'm just writing my cost code on, which is just 70. These are just common dates that, like the 85.
Those are the 64s that we talked about.
Yeah. Yeah, but he fell asleep and we were asking, we're like, hey, where's the bathroom at? So I was walking, I tapped him on the shoulder. The dog was licking him on the face. He was still asleep. And I'm like, we have 600 of your coins in the kitchen. Like, he must trust us that much to let it go where it is right there. So, yeah. I never knew we could do a deal in a library, so that's a first. So
An option.
it's a cool way to do it. If you want to film a TikTok, right behind you, there's one of those lights.
Oh, my dogs would have been such a pain.
No, we got 5. We got 5 dogs, so it all.
Yeah, and filming's an adventure.
Yeah, when we're in other people's houses, it's like we're super flexible too. It's like, oh, I got to go do this or do that, or every environment's different, but we're like, it's okay, just go do what you need to do. I know where I'm going. It's gonna be right here until I get you paid. So, and people, they'll let the dogs out, and the trust is pretty interesting. How people trust us and want to work with us. So, didn't want to spend $250 on a conference room when we're out of town, and so he said, let's just do the library and see how it goes from there. So, there's some stuff that we're just not strong buyers on, so we're passing on, and then there's all these graded coins. We agreed on this lot beforehand, and the rest of the stuff we priced up and just walked him through what we would pay for things, and he's a really good guy. So good experience to be able to buy a collection from someone that we enjoy working with and talking to. So. Alright guys, so we just got home, got wrapped up with our client, and now we're going to talk to you about a few things that we ended up picking up there. So, you guys may have seen, but we've picked up a bunch of more common coins in this double row box. So, a lot of the stuff that we sell either goes on our website or on eBay, and it's a good mix. But just the amount of volume that we're getting recently, we just can't post so much on our website just so we can have a little bit of a separation between kind of those higher value coins or coins we really like, and then there's coins that were like, they're okay, but they're on eBay. And so here's all the coins that we ended up picking up from the client that are a little bit better. So all these stacks right here of coins. And then we also have some favorites that I'm going to talk about here shortly. And these three, which are pretty cool. So this is, my favorite Morgan dollars to work with personally. They're just circulated cameo looking better dates. So we have a 1901 Philly here in VF35 CAC, 93cc in VG8 CAC, and then we have this 90cc in XF40 CAC. Just, I don't know, I like the originality. I like the character to them. I like that most of them just were never messed with, and they also have that CAC approval on them. And so let's spend a few moments here and talk about some other coins we're super passionate about. Alright guys, so the first one I want to show you is this 1897S Morgan dollar. Just nice white San Francisco mint coin, mint state 63, CAC approved. Buying better dates like this is pretty cool, and the client really knew what he was picking out. He liked coins with eye appeal, and that's really the coins that sell for us. Up next is this 1878 seven-tail feather Morgan dollar. It's a reverse of a 79. It's graded mint state 62. Definitely a better date that holds some premium to it. And you could just tell from mostly the breast feathers how they're not kind of indented in. They're more of a concave or more of a, I don't know, you can kind of see the detail. And they're not flat. And so, decent little coin. Then we have this 1881cc in mint state 64, and it's CAC approved. Extremely clean cheek, really gemmy luster. It is good for the grade in my opinion, just based on those factors. And, decent little flashy better date. Then we have this 1921 piece dollar. It's an old green holder, which is the major appeal of the coin for me. It's got a little champagne color as the client describes it, and overall, it's a good key date to have, especially if you're assembling an OGH set. Then we have this 1934 Denver. It's graded mint state 62. Once again with great luster, just a little baggy, and CAC liked it also. Can't go wrong with that. Then we have this other 80cc, and you can kind of tell the difference sometimes in the quality in terms of how many hits there are on a coin. I mean, just the comparison between the 63, which is all those hits on the cheek, and the 64, which has a really nice clean cheek. I'm guessing this 80cc and 63 wouldn't sticker, and this one did sticker, so there's a massive difference in terms of quality when you look at these two coins, and it gives you a good understanding of how to train your eye. Then we have this 1882cc in a new CAC grading holder, and this one looks really nice. I mean, it definitely is good for the grade. It almost matches that 81cc in terms of detail and of luster. And I don't know, you can actually photo these coins extremely well, which is nice. Just for resale value, I think CAC did that pretty well. And here's the last one, which is a coin you guys have seen before, but it's one I really do like sharing with you guys. A 92cc and 62. I mean, just incredible luster. A few too many hits for my liking, but that's okay. And we hope you guys enjoyed some of these awesome dollars. Thank you guys for watching today's video. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure to leave a like. Comment your thoughts on the deal and the coins we got to show you today. We hope you enjoy them. Make sure to subscribe. Getting close to 8,000 subscribers. Can't thank you guys enough. We'll see you guys next time.